know is to swerve with the heart, keep it busy. Know that life can be tricky, but please just let me finish. Let me just be a witness. SWorks handle business.
Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works.
Ready or not, here we come. South side, west side, east side, north side. Up on the run, we ain't for the none. We came in the party, we here for the fun. Celebrate life, the party we young. Sky is the limit, we looking above. We up in the sun, no matter what, we stay on the run. Ha, S-work, do your thing. S-work, keep it lit. Bullseye, keep your aim. Yeah, we up on the jib. North side, that's the way. Ready or not, here we come. S-work, keep the energy. Look, yeah, we never unplug. S-work, show some love. Yeah.
Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works. Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works. Yeah, S works. Everyone put it in their hands. You know it's a vibe. They're waiting in line to get up and flood up the stands. Yeah, we in this together. We feeling like fam. It's all about peace. So pull up with friends. You better come through with you and your crew, cause everybody going in. S works, so we keep it lit. You can see how we move the city from the west side to the east. Ooh, you can feel how we leave through. It's all about the youth. Change the world through the tunes. Make the world to a better place. And S works what we do.
Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works. Social works. Keep my family out the dirt. This organization, we stopping no Satan and open, but we call it Sworks. Action on Taylor, the killer verse. I do on my family, my city hurt. They killing our babies, this war going crazy. I pray for my city to reimburse. Private schools for the kids. We the city, yeah, we litty. All I know is to swerve with the heart, keep it busy. Know that life can be tricky, but please just let me finish. Let me just be a witness. SWorks handle business.
Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works.
Ready or not, here we come. South side, west side, east side, north side. Up on the run, we ain't for the none. We came in the party, we here for the fun. Celebrate life, the party we young. Sky is the limit, we looking above. We up in the sun, no matter what, we stay on the run. Ha, S-work, do your thing. S-work, keep it lit. Bullseye, keep your aim. Yeah, we up on the jib. North side, that's the way. Ready or not, here we come.
Sworkshops are a series of online workshops featuring the many incredibly talented friends of SocialWorks. This series aims to inspire and educate, bringing local and national creatives live to your smartphone. They will be sharing and teaching specific aspects of their craft. A wide variety of professions, interests, and hobbies are represented within our curriculum. Did we mention it's a fundraiser too? The stay-at-home notice has students wondering what's to come. For some, graduation and prom will both be canceled. This campaign will directly fundraise a celebration event for those students within the Chicagoland area. Once it's safe, of course. Tune in to any of our socials for one or all of the Sworkshops. You can find the full schedule of programming at socialworksshy.org or on our Instagram. Classes start Monday, April 13th. We'll see you there.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another workshop presented by SocialWorks. I'm always in gratitude and appreciation to be in spaces like this. Fortunately and unfortunately, in some ways, the space are virtual. Let me introduce myself. I'm Karla Huffman on all social media platforms. Karla produces. I am a yoga teacher, facilitator. I lead teacher trainings nationally, and I also create content in the indie filmmaker world. So today's focus is the Metta Meditation and how I actually implemented in a 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month plan. Usually when I'm leading yoga teacher trainings, teaching classes, and also creating film with those around me creatively in Chicago, I have to create a plan. I always have to create a plan. And it can be extremely stressful to just show up and have that self-motivation. So I go above and beyond to make sure I stay pretty much chill. So I implemented the thing called the Metta Manifest Meditation. So let's get right into what the definition of Metta Meditation is. So basically, a Metta Meditation is loving, kindness, benevolence, and goodwill, active interest in others. When you hear that trendy word, that trendy phrase, that's so meta. When you think about meta, it's more of a circular action, wishing well to others for a circular release. So today and also every day, I always create a action plan, daily, weekly, and also monthly. And within that realm, before I go into actually writing down what I want to work on, what my goal is, or what my dream is, I first tap into a meditation. So the first one that I offer to you all is meditation of compassion. And with the meditation of compassion, with this, we're releasing energy towards others to receive the energy back. So showing compassion for those that maybe you haven't spoken to in a while, maybe those that you care not to speak to, but you still offer goodwill towards them. And also someone that you haven't been able to see for a couple of weeks due to what's going on in the real world. And you still want to send them love. So within this metta meditation, that first month, I'm thinking of someone else outside of myself. And hopefully in that same space, that circular energy is coming back and they're thinking of me and giving me the same. So we'll first start with our legs crossed, legs nice and comfortably lie sitting on a chair or more or less a pillow or grounded on your mat. Palms face up, resting onto the knees in order for that energy to release out. So within the next slide that will be popping up will be the meditation of compassion. And as I mentioned before, release the energy to receive the same energy. And this is why the journal and pen is needed. I want you to write down these 3 simple mantras. May you be happy, thinking of a person that you haven't spoken to in a while. May you be healthy. May you be free. And then leading into that the second time is may you be happy, a person that you care not to speak to, but you still want to send that energy to. May you be healthy. May you be free. And then the third round, writing it next to this mantra, a person that you haven't been able to see and you care deeply for, and just etching out their face in your memory. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free. So after writing this down, let's together with our eyes closed, grounded and settled within our physical realm, releasing this exact energy to receive the same energy back. First, seeing the person that you haven't spoken to for a while. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free. Taking a comfortable, settling breath in through the nostrils, rounding into the lungs, relaxing in the shoulders. And as you exhale out, feel the knees just slack down a little bit closer towards the ground. Thinking of a person that you care not to speak to, but want to still send that energy to. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free. On your next exhale, releasing that energy. And then last but not least, with the eyes closed, seeing a person that you haven't seen for a couple of weeks due to the isolation. Maybe you've just been busy in your own space catching up with yourself. You want to send that same energy to this person you care deeply for. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free. Now slowly opening up your eyes, grabbing your journal and pen, and writing right under this meditation for compassion. Feeling grounded in your physical state. Settling into starting a plan in the next 4 weeks. Something real simple. Something where you can realistically accomplish in the next 4 weeks. And then before you write out that plan, right under it, do not fear mistakes. There are none. And the reason why I always lead with this quote at the beginning of the first month of me planning out anything is that I have to start somewhere, and I shouldn't be fearful where I start. These things that I want to actually plan out for the next 4 weeks are extremely able to happen. Something personal I've used is always going to see my grandmother and making her either breakfast or dinner once a week. I feel like that is extremely realistically able to be accomplished. Another one is calling a friend another week. And then like the third and fourth week, we started to plan out what do I really want to do for the next couple of months. Is it something within the yoga realm, or do I want to lead another workshop? Do I want to lead another big class? Is it something new professional-wise? So I'm very new to producing indie film. So for me, it's like going to go see a show of an actor that I really admire, maybe at Second City, or talking to a creative about getting together and maybe filming something, or maybe not filming something, just listening to their ideas and just bouncing off of that. So the reason why I start with the Metta Meditation for compassion is having compassion for others in order for me to also have compassion for myself. Because what if I'm not able to accomplish everything that I've planned in the last 4 weeks? Definitely not to beat myself up or think to myself, oh, I didn't accomplish this, so I failed. But more or less, how can I move that over to the next month, 2 or month 3? So starting within this plan first with the mental mind state of having compassion for myself, because I've released that same compassion to others. Those who I haven't spoken to, those that I care not to speak to, but I still wish them goodwill, and also those that I wish I could see, but I'm not able to. And then taking that and allowing myself to have compassion, how I show up for myself in my personal and professional realm. So for the next Metta meditation, this one is for clarity. And this one is definitely a one that I like to bring in around the second month while I'm doing planning. So in the first month, maybe accomplished a couple of things, but then the last week I probably just got zapped out, tired, and I need to roll into the second and third month of my planning. So for this one, the meditation is for clarity. So clear the block to create a path. I think as soon as you get to starting to plan something, you're always in a space of, well, I can't do this. This is not able to happen because I have to do X, Y, and Z. So finding clarity and actually turning the mirror onto self. So starting first, grabbing your journal, getting a pen, writing this down. Metta meditation for clarity. Clear the block to create a path. With this, may I be clear. May I be attentive. May I be present. And then writing right under there, since we have you here, in this 3-month span, plan things that make you happy. And I'll dig a little deeper into that right after we go through the meditation. So Write down, may I be clear, may I be attentive, may I be present. Right under that, in this 3-month span, plan things that make you happy. Under that, what moves, shakes, and keeps you sane? What moves, shakes, and keeps you sane? All right. Taking your pen and closing up your journal, placing it down to the ground, take your palms facing down towards yourself, thinking for yourself, energy for yourself. Eyes are closed, shoulders relaxed back, and now let's bring in a breath with this meditation. Inhale in, may I. Exhale out, be clear. Inhale in, may I. Exhale out, be attentive. Inhale in, may I. Exhale out, be present. A few more breaths with the same exact meditation. Thinking of yourself, breathing in, may I. Relaxing the shoulders. Clearing out, be clear. Breathe in, may I. Exhale out, be attentive. And then may I. Exhale out, be present. And just one more round, just on your own, quietly. Clearing the block to create a path. Now, here's the deal. When you get to the 3-month span, this is when you have to start answering the honest questions. And when I say answer the honest questions, what is it that makes you happy and you love to do daily? It could be a good sweat, going for a run, doing yoga. You just haven't jotted out the time for it. And here's that time. Be honest with yourself. Can you honestly do it 2 or 3 times a week? Can you honestly meditate at least once a week for 10 to 20 minutes? Asking the honest questions, something that you really want to do but you've been afraid to do. Maybe it's having a conversation with a person in a way where you're able to gradually build a relationship, maybe creatively, professionally, or maybe personally. A mindful conversation. I want to go on a trip in the next 8 months. In these 3 months, how can I save? What ways can I go to the grocery store and instead of buying coffee, I literally spend $5 a day on coffee every day. That adds up. How can you save money? How can you start prepping for something of a bigger shift? A lot of us are really sitting in our skin in a very quiet place, working a job. Maybe we want to transition out of and get to a different job. How can we plan these 3 months to still not burn bridges one place, but still build bridges other places? So in this 3-month span, for me, this is personally where I'm like, I want to work out 4 times a week. 2 times I should go to this one location. The other 2 times I should work out at the space where I work at. I also want to, I am going on a trip in October for Brazil. It's already paid up, but in the place where we're living right now in our lives, I have to save money in different ways. So I'm thinking about that now in order for me to have money in October. I also want to own property by the beginning of next year. So having the conversation of professionally, how can I keep showing up for work? How can I keep creating new things for work in order for me to provide financially for myself? So in this 3-month plan, thinking about things that shape and move and keep you sane and make you happy, and how can you stay clear with that? How do you can write little notes in this 3-month span? If you're opening up your journal right now, writing in your journal little mantras that can add on to. It really makes me happy when I meditate first thing in the morning. It really makes me happy when I'm able to save that extra $20 to $30 from not buying coffee at the end of the week. It really makes me happy to look forward to talking to this creator very soon to work with eventually. To putting in your planner, like on that second month, text this person, text so-and-so, have a coffee date, have a Zoom date. That's what it looks like nowadays. So in this 3-month span, how can you show up for yourself authentically, but not feeling over pressured to make everything happen, because we have another 6 months ahead of us. So that takes us right into our third Metta Meditation. And this third Metta Meditation is concentration on one's path. So it's more of a concentration / focus on exactly the thing that you want. So opening up your journal and writing down these 3 mantras. May I be focused. May I be at peace. May I live with peace and ease. May I be focused. May I be at peace. And may I live with ease. You can take out peace and ease. Keep peace and ease if you like, but may I be focused. May I be at peace. May I live with ease. And then, since I have you, we've already been settling into our physical skin and settling in, really connecting with our breath. I want you to write down a goal or a dream that gives you goosebumps, that gives you chills down your spine, that makes you be like, can I do this? I call it the white horse, like that impossible thing, but is it really impossible? And how can you strive to it? Take a minute or two just to write down the first thing that comes to mind and notice if it gives you a little fear. And remembering that don't fear mistakes, there are none. So you just write down that thing. For me, I want to lead my own teacher training next year. And even saying it right now, I got goosebumps. It's something that's very fearful for me, because I have to step out and trust, of course, some of my colleagues, and us all work together. And also being completely a full entrepreneur and not working with any company, just being in a realm of I did this on my own, I created this on my own. So that is a dream that gives you goosebumps that I'm moving up to. So putting down the journal and pen, closing down the eyes, palms facing down, Metta Meditation for concentration and focus on one's path. Take a breath in, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears for an active release of the lower back. Hold the mouth, exhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Now adding in the mantra, breathe in, shrug the shoulders up, may I. Exhale out, relax the shoulders, be focused. Take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders, may I. Exhale out, relax, be at peace. Adding in, may I. Exhale out, be with ease. And adding on to that a little bit, may I be focused. May I be at peace. And may I live with ease within my journey. And one more time on your own, finding focus, concentration, clarity. May I be focused. May I be at peace. May I live with ease within my journey. Okay. I'm going to say that one more time, a little louder. May I be focused. May I be at peace. May I live with ease within my journey. And I add that in within my journey. Be at ease within the journey. Be at ease with having a little fear around a goal or a dream. Because if you're not fearing it, you're going to be like too hot to touch. It doesn't scare you. It won't change you. And this is the time I say it's time to plan backwards. So slowly opening up your eyes and getting back into that journal. And this in this 6-month plan, you are planning backwards. So you're looking at that goal. And let's say if we're starting this now, and this is, let's just go right into May. April happened. We're still in it. But now it's time to go into May. So say May was your 1 month. And then June, July, August was your 3 month. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So in March of 2021, there's something that you are going to accomplish, but you have to work backwards. And we're starting backwards at that month 1. What would need to happen in May in order for you to start guiding yourself into March 2021? How can you have compassion and comfort with yourself in the month of May that can start to build up to that March 2021? So for me, I want to lead a teacher training next year. So professionally, I'm already having those conversations with other colleagues who are in the yoga teacher realm from all over the world, actually, and sending out the texts, sending out the DMs, sending out the emails, being like, hey, let's talk about doing a teacher training next year. Where would it be? What would it look like? Who do you want to attract? Just that simple conversation. So something creative. So if you are a content creator and you want to finish a feature film or start to have the budget, create the budget for a feature film for next year, who should you be talking to? Who should you be researching? That's where that starts, that first month, 1 month. And then in that 3-month span, which is June, July, and August, are you having those conversations? Are you meeting up with those certain people that you've already started to text? Are you writing out your first draft of a teacher training? Are you writing out your first draft of a feature or your first draft of savings for a budget? It can look so many different ways. But in those 3 months, not feeling overwhelmed, coming back to the Metta Meditation of clarity, being clear on your path, being attentive and present daily. I definitely been working into looking at my planner, writing down what I want, and at the end of my planner, being like, remember you want to buy a property, remember you want to do a teacher training. And that kind of stops me a little bit from shopping. And that's definitely something that I'm working on. But in that 3-month plan, being attentive and present with my meditation, doing it once a week, and then always coming back to what goal should I be hitting in the 3 months. And then when you get in the 6-month plan, this is when it gets really juicy. It does get a little overwhelming, a little fearful, but in the same breath, enjoyable, where you're in September, you're in October. Are you investigating other teacher trainings? Are you watching certain movies that you kind of like and you want to see come out on the screen for your future? Other ways, if you're just starting to become an entrepreneur, but you're still at your 9-to-5 job, are you still showing up to your 9-to-5 job on time with a big smile on your face, not burning any bridges? But are you talking to a web designer? Are you working with a person who is similar in your craft? Are you doing certain research around your craft and also the market around your craft? These are all professional things, but know that I've also done this personally with family members and also loved ones. First month working within my relationships, having the one-on-one conversations, but doing it once a month and not having this emotional overload daily. So just a little recap so you can make sure everyone's gotten all the slides before I start answering any questions. The first one being the release of energy to receive energy, the Metta Meditation around compassion. And with that Metta Meditation, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free. And within this first month in this meditation of compassion, not having any fear around mistakes because you're not having any. You're not making any mistakes. Also, sending out that sense of energy and compassion to others. And usually when I do this meditation, the person that I'm thinking about that I haven't talked to for a while, they always give me a call or give me a text. So a little fun, woo-woo as I call it, and see what happens. And in the next 3 months, the meditation to clear the block for a path, opening a path. Metta meditation of clarity and being clear on exactly one goal or two goals that you really want to work on. And also be comfortable with knowing that those goals might change as you're writing out this plan, as you're going through the meditation and the ups and downs and maybe not accomplishing everything. You'll probably learn very fast, like what is your setup? How do you show up for your plans? And maybe they need to change. And then the last one, the metta meditation of concentration and focus, being completely at ease with what journey you've chosen. Also being at ease if the journey changes along the way. Maybe I don't need a teacher training in 2021, but I'm asked to be part of the teacher training from a person who has their own teacher training. And honestly, I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that also. Because it probably would be a colleague or a friend that I've worked with in the past, and I would love to work with them again. So definitely in this space of how can I show up with my metta meditation to be compassionate towards myself and others, to have clarity when I feel a little overwhelmed, and also stay focused on what I am trying to accomplish, and being okay to work backwards. One last thing that I did not make a slide for, but I would love to share with you is attract what you expect. Attract what you expect. So I love to smile. I love to be in a jovial mood. I really don't like conflict at all, especially in the space now where if I feel like it's going to give me conflict, I don't be around it. So I've definitely been working on when I see anyone always smiling, saying good morning, always asking how you're doing, maybe more than once. So definitely attract what you expect. Reflect what you desire. Reflect what you desire. I work too much, so I definitely have been really asking and reflecting in ways to relax and read more. So I've been reading a lot more, but I've also been asking a lot of people around me in my space, what have they been reading in order for me to stay comfortable in reading and not feeling weird that I'm not doing anything else but reading. And become what you expect. Become what you expect. So I always yearly write down 3 or 4 people that I admire, and then I put that within my 1 and 3 and 6 month plan in some ways to either connect with them over a conversation, or if it's someone who's of celebrity realm, just put it in the dreams of like, hopefully you get to work with them, hopefully meet them just in passing, whatever that might look like. So become what you respect. So putting myself in spaces, places, people that I respect. And yeah, those are my 3 things that I actually add to each month when I am doing the metta meditation. Attract what you expect, reflect what you desire, and become what you respect. I did get a few questions actually from Instagram that I promised that I say I would answer live. And the first one was from Moxie Ann. And pretty much in that question, I love you too, Kayla. But one of the questions was, what does sanity mean to me? What does sanctity, being sane mean to me? I'm assuming sanctity means. So to feel sane, or what is sane? What does it mean to be sane, or insanity means to me? It means being at peace, being comfortable, not feeling overwhelmed when my thoughts get jumbled, or when I get into those dark places and I'm feeling, insane in my thoughts, is what I would say, lost in my thoughts. I always come back to breath. I could take lots of walks, and as soon as I take my long walk, I take about 2 to 3 hour long walks daily while I've been in LA. And before I go on walks, usually I am in probably a dark headspace. And when I'm able to just come down to one word, and the one word actually yesterday was like more of a mantra, I'm at ease. A couple of days ago, I got sane, stepped into my sanity when heard some birds chirping. I was like, wow, such a simple thing. And simple was my word. So what does sanity mean to me? It means comfort, being comfortable in my skin, being able to show up authentically, not taking out anger, being upset at something or someone, or even at myself. Compassion. It's a really trendy word for me, and I always use it now. Like, how can I keep showing compassion? How can I keep showing up for myself? So I hope I answered that question for you, Maxine. One more, my Instagram stuff was how do you market yourself to gain visibility, paying customers, engage users? When I first started this whole thing, I guess this brand, it definitely was me grassroots, like just being everywhere, physically showing up. I know that's a lot harder now, and I am actually navigating it myself in this virtual world. I definitely used social media in the past to push along marketing for myself, but it really didn't start for me until I physically started teaching big classes, when I started going to locations that I wanted to be affiliated with, when I started going to certain neighborhoods and teaching in certain neighborhoods and showing up in certain neighborhoods as a facilitator. And then when I started working as a producer, I was always giving back and budgeting money to give to facilities and actors and locations with money, and using spaces that need the money and not spaces that already have the money. So marketing myself definitely has been a grassroots effort. And now to navigate this world, I've done, I think I've just been more just supporting other people and just reposting their stuff. I think that's also driven up a lot of my marketing nowadays, me supporting like-minded folks who are definitely in the same lane or path or journey as me. And then when I support them, just subsequently, they support me. And I definitely think that keeps my visibility up at this moment. I don't have any tricks or trades of visibility in this virtual world. When I do tend to post, it's me giving a little advice, I hope, but also asking for advice and just being authentically, hey, I was in a dark place. Authentically, I'm happy today. Or, hey, just wanted to say hi. As much as you need a text message your friend who might be lonely, you never know, your followers might also need a little check-in. That's how I keep myself visible in this virtual world. And then I did see a few questions. Yay, pop up. Okay, I have one here. Good question. I have tried many times to meditate. So I'm exercising on more. Any pointers to stop my mind from wandering? Okay, any pointers to stop your mind from wandering? Meditation is hard, it's all get out. And my number one pointer to you right now about the mind wandering is let it wander. because that is part of the meditation. And actually give yourself like a timestamp. Start at 2 minutes, and if your mind starts to wonder, what is it wondering to? Is it like one word, or is it like one thought? Go down that path with that thought, and that's your meditation. Meditation, a lot of time, is a lot of free association. So if you do not want a guided meditation, you don't want to hear my voice, and you just want to have some music and wonder with your mind, you never know what might come up. So the pointers I have for you is start small. Start with a 2-minute meditation. Also, when your mind is wandering, go with it. There's no right or wrong. That's the fun part. Let's see what else we got up here. Chelsea, I've started meditating in the morning. I've missed some mornings. How do I create a healthy, mindful routine to do it daily? So I will say how to keep a routine daily is be honest with yourself. If you know on Mondays and Wednesdays you are clear, also put it down on a piece of paper. When you spell, you create spells. Meaning, if you write down, Chelsea, meditate, Monday, 8 a.m. to 8:10, and you see it, that's accountability. Don't do it every day, because then that will become daunting, and you'll get more a sense of like, I gotta do it, and not I want to do it. Do it maybe 2 to 3 times a week, a meditation. Also, start creating your own metta meditation mantras. I am statements, or may you or may I statements. And when you start to create your own meditation, you always show up for your own words. And I hope that helped, Chelsea. Love you. Let's see. I love you, Kayla. So, are your palms up or down? So, when your palms are down, you're keeping your energy to yourself, meaning you're closing off your energy, and it's not a bad thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Scott. You're awesome. So, palms down, with your energy to self. Palms open in order for you to receive energy and also to give energy out. And that just really depends. Sometimes a lot of my master teachers that are part of my yoga lineage, we speak to, if your palms are down, you need to really bring up energy and fill up your cup and think for self. When your palms are open, you need to receive some energy from others. But if you have a meditation, you're thinking of prayer. Some people I know think meditation is prayer. Their palms are open to give that energy and that love out. So when you're showing compassion to others, and may you be free, may you be healthy, palms are up so you can get that compassion out. Let's see what else we got up here. What are some of the best meditation techniques for people? What are any guided meditation videos, audios? Okay. What are some best meditation techniques for people that experience high stress and anxiety? Yoga Nidra is something that can definitely help you. Yoga Nidra. Nidra translates in Sanskrit to sleep. When you're in a Yoga Nidra, you're completely laying in Shavasana, which is laying flat on the ground, completely comfortable, making sure you can be there for 30 to 45 minutes. And just type in or Google in a Yoga Nidra. A Lululemon ambassador who is part of my heart, her name is Chelsea. She is from Atlanta, and she has a couple of Yoga Nidras up on SoundCloud. You can just Google Yoga Nidra, and there's tons of Yoga Nidras that you can be led in when the world comes back up. I do lead Yoga Nidras at a space in Chicago called the Lululemon Experiential Store, but that probably won't open up until August. But Yoga Nidra is a great one for high anxiety. It's not a meditation. I'm actually just trying to make you go to sleep. With Nidra, it is brain waves between the conscious and subconscious. So when they're speaking to you, they're allowing you to drop physically into your body. That little space you feel right before you go to sleep, you're like, oh, I'm about to go to sleep. That's what Nidra does. But then it also keeps you conscious with your thoughts. And the way it works is there's a couple words that are predominantly being used multiple times in order to calm and ease your brain. So before you get into meditations, I would offer you yoga nidra, and taking the time to do it before you go to bed, maybe 2 hours before you go to bed. Yoga nidra definitely is sleep hygiene. So if you're living a high impact life, you're always in anxiety and stress, the best time is to bring down the blood boiling, pretty much. Bring it down with yoga nidra, 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 and there's yoga in front of it. And if you have more questions about yoga nidra, you can just DM me directly. Karla with a K produces, and I can give you some more straight tips. And then the last question I saw was any guided meditation videos or audios you recommend for a rookie. A person, oh, thanks again. A person that I actually enjoy taking meditation from, her name is Dora. She is based in Vancouver. She is a woman of color, and I love her to death. And her Instagram is Dora, Dora underscore KAMAU. Dora, Dora underscore KAMAU. And she has a couple of links under her bio. Another person that I enjoy is Allie. She's based in LA. Another woman of color and queer. Love her to bits. She has meditations up on SoundCloud too. And her Instagram page is Om Girl Allie. So Om GIRLALLI. And she does them weekly. I think she's actually doing one right now. And I think she's been doing it a lot weekly. And then, yeah, those are two of my favorites right now that I slide in on. And they're definitely for beginners. And I think Dora has a 5-minute one, a 10-minute one. Allie definitely has a 30-minute one. It's really intense. So check those two ladies out for sure. And I think that's all the questions that I have. Do not be fearful of meditation. There are no mistakes with meditation, just like with yoga. You show up as is, and you get to do this fun thing, this fun journey where you are able to walk along the side of your brain. You're able to challenge yourself. This is why I have the Metta Meditation for the 1 month, the 3 month, and the 6 month, because I definitely am a planner. I'm definitely working out of necessity to be successful. But in that same breath, that makes me get anxiety, and I need to find a way to chill. So I created this little workshop in meditation for myself first and foremost, in order for me to still accomplish the things I need to accomplish, but also stay in a space of it's okay if I don't accomplish it, as long as I'm showing compassion, as long as I'm clear with my needs, and also if I'm focused on a big thing, a big goal, a big dream. When I have practiced this, I've started at January and made it all the way through the year. As of right now, we're kind of in a standstill. Where planning looks a lot different. We really can expect the next couple of months. But there's certain things around the house. There's projects that you can work on. There's things that you can probably still do virtually. So I hope that these tools have helped a little bit. I hope I was able to answer some of those questions. I really enjoyed the interaction. Yeah. Any more questions? Oh, I just need to move them over. Got it. Approved question, approved question, approved question. Okay. And then let me see. You can pull them up. Can I approve them? Yes. Okay. Yes, I'll clear them out. See, guys, I'm so new at this. Mark was answered. Mark was answered. Thank you. I will keep doing great. Okay. Now I can back up. Okay. Should I avoid caffeine for meditating? Yes. If if caffeine gives you the jitters, if caffeine gotta go, gives you that brain mindset, yes. I love coffee. It is definitely my lover. But since this morning, and I've been up since 5:30 because I'm in LA, I started with juice. But when I get off this call, I will have coffee. So yes, you should not have caffeine before you meditate. Meditate. Be with those thoughts before the coffee, even if they're groggy. When I first started meditating, I would fall asleep and then I would wake up and say, that's my meditation for today. So do not touch the caffeine if you know it makes you jittery. I know people who can drink coffee and just be like, oh, I'm cool, and like go take a nap. I don't understand those people. But if it does affect you in a way that makes you wired and physically can't stand still, be still, then you should not touch the coffee before you meditate. And then another question. Yoga Nidra is life changing. Will you be leading a virtual class anytime soon? Oh, Kayla, I love you. Yoga Nidra is life. A faithful student of mine, quote Kayla. I don't know. I'll be back in Chicago next week, and we will just see how things roll out. I'm actually premiering a short film next Friday through OTV, which is a Chicago web series platform. So I have that going on, and I want to get that done. And if we are still in the house in May, like mid-May, I will probably break and probably do a class online. There will probably be a yoga nidra class with a slow flow at the beginning, and then a real slow, intentional asana movement. Asana is what you actually physically do in your body on the mat. And then lead a yoga nidra. I might break. I might lead a class mid-May. Stay tuned. It's just that I'm not virtually comfortable just quite yet. So that's why I've been holding back. Let's see. Oh, there's no questions. Okay. Approve. Okay. I have some more questions. And I approved it. I did it right. How do you spell that username? Oh, it's Om Girl Alley. So I'll give it to you again. OM Girl GIRL Alley ALLI. Om Girl Alley. And tell her I sent you. She's gonna be so upset I haven't seen her since I've been in LA. But I love her. Two more. Yep, early because you're about that life. Proud of you. Kayla, I love you. And then there's one more question. What does it mean to set realistic goals? Go down. And what 1-2 books do you recommend? Okay. What does it mean to set realistic goals? Attainable. Attainable meaning, honestly, everything could be unrealistic, right? If you don't want to take a shower because you've been sitting on the couch eating all the food, that's not attainable. Take a shower, like attainable things. So like a realistic goal, I say, is planning out this whole week that I'm working out. And if I only did 3 days out of the 4, I hit my goal. It's realistic. I realistically did that. So then the next week, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, and I'm going to hit that goal. Another realistic goal. I filmed a short film during quarantine. Judge me later. But I was able to use all my resources and you'd be surprised when you set a goal, and if you are able to sit down and write out every single thing to get to that goal, it becomes realistic. So attainable looks like how you want to show up to that conversation. How do you want to show up? I was going to say, I'm always in warrior mode. So how do you want to show up to that fight? The only person you're really fighting is yourself. And shouldn't be fighting yourself. You should be having compassion for yourself. So for you, Maxine, I would really say, like, you want to create a music video. What do you need to do to create that music video? As an artist, as a singer, who do you know? How can you get people in the space? Like answering certain questions as you're writing down this realistic goal. Yeah, and 2 books I recommend. So I'm in love with the big beatnik era. So Memoirs of a Beatnik by Anna DeFranco. Now, Anna DeFranco, listen, I'm like in love with Anna DeFranco, right? Memoirs of a Beatnik. I can't get her name right now, but it's Memoirs of a Beatnik. And another one is Kafkin Was the Rage. Kafkin was the rage. These are all post-World War II books, and the reason why I recommend those books is because both authors in these books put you physically in the space. They describe the air, they describe the taste, they describe the smell and how it's in your nostrils. It's very sensual. I love reading sensual books that put you in the middle of the story. The character is there, but they also make you become the character and have you enjoy it. So Memoirs of a Beatnik and Kafkin, Kafka, Kafkin Was the Rage. Yeah, hope I answered those questions. Mark is answered. Prove the answer. All right, I added 2 more questions. Okay. Run, cook, eat, love it. Are you flying to Shy? Yes, I will be back to Chicago next Monday. I'm ready to come home. Chicago's my home. I'm born and raised. I'm a Chicago baby. I'm originally from Inglewood, but was mainly raised in Boydstown. My grandparents raised me, so baby boomers raised me. So I definitely have some old ways about me some days. But I'll be back home on Monday. Be back in those trenches, whatever they may look like. So yeah, I'll be back. And then there's one more question. Being virtually comfortable is an interesting concept. A lot of us are having to come to grips with. How is that process going for you? Oh, it's going. It's going. At first, I was completely against it, but I am leading a teacher training. So before all this happened, I was leading a teacher training. I lead teacher trainings nationally around the country, and subsequently, I was leading one in Chicago, and then everything happened, and it went virtual, and it was rough. Trainees were having issues. I was having issues. I had to record tons of on-demand stuff. It's really hard to teach anatomy and asana virtually. I'm about community, I'm about energy, I'm about being in your space and like hugging you and laughing. And, if any of my teacher trainers are on this live, they will tell you I'm a little rough cookie about them becoming teachers. I want them to earn that certificate and be a teacher because it's definitely, it's amazing to be a yoga teacher, and I just don't want you to just be one, just to be one. So it was definitely hard to transition to Zoom and not come off mean and still be myself. But then I keep getting opportunities to record things, and I have turned down a lot of stuff, unfortunately. But Essence reached out because Chelsea reached out, and those are my girls, and sometimes it's really hard to say no to people that I do admire from a distance. So, okay. It's been going. It's been going. At first, I didn't like it virtually, but now this is the only option that we all have, and I do miss being in my community, my yoga community, my creative community, my Chicago community. So I have no other option but to reach out. So it's a stretch zone. I'm learning every day. All right. One more question. So I think I have like 1 minute. I just popped it up. Okay. We'll go back to it. What you think about social services in business? What do I think about social service in business? I think social service and business can work parallel with each other very well, but sometimes when they overlap due to currency, it gets a little weird, and the integrity kind of goes out the window. I think things should be offered definitely in a price where everyone can do it. That's the social service given part. But when the person is that social service and they're the business, they have to make sure that they're not dying on the cross and not feeding themselves. So they can work parallel, but it's a very thin line. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. These questions were amazing. I enjoyed all of the cheerleaders in the background. Don't forget to definitely donate to the prom fund. Donate to SocialWorks Shy. This organization, when I got tapped for it, I jumped deep into it, and I just really was amazed of a lot of work they've done in the past and what they're trying to do right now with all the workshops that are rolling out on a daily basis, 3 times a day. So please sign in and check in on some other folks and support their workshops. I really appreciate this time. And if you have any more questions, I can definitely be reached via DM at Karla with a K Producers. And I hope to see a lot of you soon physically when I get back home to Chicago. Be safe.
S-Work, keep the energy, look, yeah, we never unplug, S-Work, show some love.
Social works, social works, social works, social works, social works, social works.
Thank you so much for the support. Oh, it's fine. I mean, listen, it's tech stuff. It was morning. Thank you for your apology. I appreciate it, but definitely no. It was 6 in the morning. So thank you. And my partner is working tech stuff, and he talks to me sometimes similar, and I'm just like, I get that you get it, but understand that I don't get it.
Cause everybody going in. As work, so we keep it lit. You can see how we move the city from the west side to the east. Ooh, you can feel it how we leave through. It's all about the youth. Change the world through the tunes. Make the world to a better place. And S works what we do.
Social works, social works, social works, social, social works, social works, social works. Keep my family out the dirt. This organization, we stopping no Satan and open, but we call it Sworkshop. Action on Taylor, the killer verse. I doing my family, my city hurt. They killing our babies, this war going crazy. I pray for my city to reimburse. Private schools for the kids. We the city, yeah, we litty. All I know is it's work. With the heart, keep it busy. Know the life can be tricky, but please just let me finish. Let me just be a witness. S-Works handle business.
Social works, social works, social works.